Hello, our wonderful students. Welcome to Active English Lab. I'm Lily.
And I'm John. Today, we're learning one of the most important topics in English, conditional sentences.
This topic is critical for all students from A1 to B2 level. Conditional sentences are used very frequently in English.
Please subscribe to our channel. With this video, you'll completely learn all 4 types of conditional sentences.
First, let's explain what a conditional sentence is. John, what's the basic structure?
A conditional sentence consists of 2 parts, if clause and main clause. If it rains, I will stay home. If it rains, I will stay home.
If it rains, this is the if clause. I will stay home, this is the main clause. We can change the order.
I will stay home if it rains. Same meaning. If the if clause comes at the end, we don't use a comma.
Let's repeat. If it rains, I will stay home. I will stay home if it rains. Both are correct.
Now let's learn the 4 types one by one. Let's start with zero conditional.
Zero conditional is used for general truths, always true situations. Situations that are always true.
Structure. If plus present simple, present simple. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils.
This is a scientific fact, always true. Let's repeat. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils.
Other examples. If the sun shines, plants grow. If the sun shines, plants grow. A natural rule.
If you don't eat, you get hungry. If you don't eat, you get hungry. A biological fact.
Let's practice. If you don't eat, you get hungry. If the sun shines, plants grow.
We don't use will in zero conditional. Present simple plus present simple. Very important.
Now, first conditional. This is the most commonly used type.
First conditional is for real future situations, real future possibilities, real future possibilities.
Structure. If plus present simple, will plus base form. If it rains tomorrow, I will take an umbrella. If it rains tomorrow, I will take an umbrella.
This is a real possibility. It might rain tomorrow. Let's repeat. If it rains tomorrow, I will take an umbrella.
If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. Realistic possibility.
If the train is late, we will miss the meeting. If the train is late, we will miss the meeting.
Let's practice. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If the train is late, we will miss the meeting.
In first conditional, we can also use can, may, might, should instead of will.
If you finish early, you can go home. If you finish early, you can go home. Can equals ability.
If it's sunny tomorrow, we might go to the beach. If it's sunny tomorrow, we might go to the beach. Might equals possibility.
Let's repeat. If you finish early, you can go home. If it's sunny tomorrow, we might go to the beach.
Now second conditional. This is for hypothetical present situations.
Second conditional is for hypothetical present situations. Unreal or imaginary present. Unreal or imaginary present situations.
Structure. If plus past simple. Would plus base form. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world.
But I don't have $1 million right now. This is hypothetical. Let's repeat. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world.
If I were the president, I would reduce taxes. If I were the president, I would reduce taxes. I am not the president.
If I lived in Japan, I would learn Japanese. If I lived in Japan, I would learn Japanese. I don't live there.
Let's practice. If I were the president, I would reduce taxes. If I lived in Japan, I would learn Japanese.
In second conditional, we use were for the verb be. If I were, if he were, if she were.
If I was is not grammatically incorrect, but if I were is more formal and standard.
We can also use could, might instead of would. If I had time, I could help you. If I had time, I could help you.
Let's repeat. If I had time, I could help you. Could, a conditional ability.
Now, third conditional, the most complex type.
Third conditional is for past hypothetical situations. Past situations that didn't happen but could have.
Structure: if plus past perfect, would have plus past participle. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam.
But I didn't study and I didn't pass the exam. This is past regret. Past regret. Let's repeat. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam.
If we had left earlier, we wouldn't have missed the flight. If we had left earlier, we wouldn't have missed the flight. But we left late and missed it.
If she had taken the medicine, she would have felt better. If she had taken the medicine, she would have felt better. She didn't take it.
Let's practice. If we had left earlier, we wouldn't have missed the flight. If she had taken the medicine, she would have felt better.
Third conditional is usually used for regret, criticism, or alternative history.
Now, mixed conditionals. This is an advanced topic.
Mixed conditionals combine two different times, past condition, present result, or present condition, past result.
Type 1. Past condition, present result. If I had studied medicine, I would be a doctor now. If I had studied medicine, I would be a doctor now.
I didn't study medicine in the past. I'm not a doctor now. Past action, present consequence. Let's repeat. If I had studied medicine, I would be a doctor now.
Type 2. Present condition, past result. If you were more careful, you wouldn't have broken the vase. If you were more careful, you wouldn't have broken the vase.
You are not a careful person. That's why you broke the vase in the past. Present character, past result.
Let's practice. If you were more careful, you wouldn't have broken the vase.
Now, let's review important rules. Time clauses versus conditional clauses.
When is for certain future events. When I finish work, I will go home. When I finish work, I will go home.
If is for uncertain situations. If I finish work early, I will go shopping. If I finish work early, I will go shopping.
When definitely will happen. If maybe will happen. Very important difference.
Let's repeat. When I finish work, I will go home. If I finish work early, I will go shopping.
Unless equals if not. Unless you hurry, you will be late. If you don't hurry, you will be late.
Unless it rains, we will have a picnic. If it doesn't rain, we will have a picnic. If it doesn't rain, we will have a picnic.
Let's practice. Unless you hurry, you will be late. Unless it rains, we will have a picnic.
As long as equals if. As long as you study, you will improve. If you study, you will improve.
Provided that has the same meaning. Provided that you arrive on time, we can start. If you arrive on time, we can start.
Now, let's address common mistakes.
Common mistakes. Mistake 1. Using will in the if clause in first conditional. If it will rain, I will stay home. Wrong.
Correct. If it rains, I will stay home. We don't use will in the if clause.
Mistake 2. Using would in the if clause in second conditional. If I would have money, I would buy a car. Wrong.
Correct. If I had money, I would buy a car. We don't use would in the if clause.
Let's repeat the correct ones. If it rains, I will stay home. If I had money, I would buy a car.
Mistake 3. Using will in zero conditional. If you heat ice, it will melt. Wrong.
Correct. If you heat ice, it melts. We use present simple in zero conditional.
If you heat ice, it melts. If you don't water plants, they die.
Now let's give practical usage examples. Daily life conditionals.
Weather conditionals. If it's sunny tomorrow, we'll go to the park. If it's sunny tomorrow, we'll go to the park.
If it snows tonight, schools might be closed. If it snows tonight, schools might be closed.
Work conditionals. If the meeting finishes early, I can help you. If the meeting finishes early, I can help you.
If you submit the report on time, you'll get good feedback. If you submit the report on time, you'll get good feedback.
Let's repeat. If it's sunny tomorrow, we'll go to the park. If you submit the report on time, you'll get good feedback.
Technology conditionals. If you charge your phone, it will work longer. If you charge your phone, it will work longer.
If the internet connection is slow, the video won't load. If the internet connection is slow, the video won't load.
Health conditionals. If you exercise regularly, you'll feel healthier. If you exercise regularly, you'll feel healthier.
If you don't get enough sleep, you'll be tired. If you don't get enough sleep, you'll be tired.
Let's practice. If you exercise regularly, you'll feel healthier. If you don't get enough sleep, you'll be tired.
Education conditionals. If you read more books, your vocabulary will improve. If you read more books, your vocabulary will improve.
If you practice speaking, you'll become more fluent. If you practice speaking, you'll become more fluent.
Travel conditionals. If you book early, tickets are cheaper. If you book early, tickets are cheaper.
If your passport expires, you can't travel internationally. If your passport expires, you can't travel internationally.
Let's repeat. If you practice speaking, you'll become more fluent. If you book early, tickets are cheaper.
Now, formal versus informal conditionals.
Formal. Should you require assistance, please contact us. Should you require assistance, please contact us.
Informal. If you need help, just call me. If you need help, just call me.
Were I to accept this offer, I would relocate. Were I to accept this offer, I would relocate. Very formal.
If I accept this offer, I'll move. Informal version. Same meaning.
Formal conditionals are used in business writing. Informal, in casual conversation.
Now, conditionals with inversion. Advanced structures.
Had I known about the traffic, I would have left earlier. Had I known about the traffic, I would have left earlier.
Normal form. If I had known about the traffic, I would have left earlier. Same meaning.
Should you change your mind, please let me know. Should you change your mind, please let me know.
Normal form. If you change your mind, please let me know.
These structures are very formal, used in academic writing and business correspondence.
Now expressing emotions with conditionals.
Regret. If only I had listened to your advice. If only I had listened to your advice.
Wish. I wish I could speak 5 languages. I wish I could speak 5 languages.
Hope. If everything goes well, we'll finish on time. If everything goes well, we'll finish on time.
Relief. If you hadn't called, I would have been worried. If you hadn't called, I would have been worried.
Let's repeat. If only I had listened to your advice. I wish I could speak 5 languages.
Now conditionals in different tenses.
Present perfect in if clause. If you have finished your homework, you can watch TV. If you have finished your homework, you can watch TV.
Past continuous.
If you were sleeping when I called, I'm sorry. If you were sleeping when I called, I'm sorry.
Future perfect. If you will have completed the project by Friday, we can present it Monday. If you will have completed the project by Friday, we can present it Monday.
These are advanced structures for advanced level students.
Now, conditionals with modals.
If you could help me, I would appreciate it. If you could help me, I would appreciate it.
If he might be interested, we should ask him. If he might be interested, we should ask him.
If she must leave early, we'll start the meeting sooner. If she must leave early, we'll start the meeting sooner.
Let's practice. If you could help me, I would appreciate it. If she must leave early, we'll start the meeting sooner.
Now, conditionals for advice.
If I were you, I would accept the job offer. If I were you, I would accept the job offer.
If you ask me, you should save more money. If you ask me, you should save more money.
If you want my opinion, the red dress looks better. If you want my opinion, the red dress looks better.
These advice structures are very common. Native speakers use them constantly.
Let's repeat. If I were you, I would accept the job offer. If I were you, I would accept the job offer.
If you ask me, you should save more money. If you ask me, you should save more money.
Now, conditionals for politeness. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask a question. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask a question.
If it's not too much trouble, could you help me? If it's not too much trouble, could you help me?
If you have a moment, I'd appreciate your feedback. If you have a moment, I'd appreciate your feedback.
These politeness forms are very important in business and formal situations.
Now let's do practice exercises.
Complete the sentence. If the weather is nice tomorrow, we, to the beach, go.
Answer: if the weather is nice tomorrow, we will go to the beach. First conditional.
If I, rich, I would travel the world. B.
Answer: if I were rich, I would travel the world. Second conditional.
If she, harder, last year, she would have passed the exam. Study.
Answer: if she had studied harder last year, she would have passed the exam. Third conditional.
If you heat metal, it expand.
Answer: if you heat metal, it expands. Zero conditional.
Perfect. Continue these practices at home.
Now, cultural differences in conditionals.
Some languages use different structures. English has specific rules.
Direct translation doesn't work. You must learn English conditional logic.
Time sequence is very important. Past, present, future relationships.
Logic and reality concepts are also critical. Real versus unreal situations.
Now, common confusions.
If I will see him versus if I see him. Correct is if I see him.
If I would have time versus if I had time. Correct is if I had time.
If I would have done versus if I had done. The correct is if I had done.
These mistakes are very common. Be careful.
Let's repeat the correct ones. If I see him. If I had time. If I had done.
Now, spoken versus written conditionals.
Contractions are common in spoken English. If I'd known equals if I had known.
If you'd told me equals if you had told me. I'd have helped equals I would have helped.
Full forms are more formal in written English. If I had known, I would have helped.
Choose according to context. Casual conversation versus formal writing.
Now let's do a comprehensive review.
Zero conditional. If plus present, present, general truths. If you mix blue and yellow, you get green.
First conditional, if plus present, will plus base. Real future. If it rains, I'll stay home.
Second conditional. If plus past, would plus base, unreal present. If I had wings, I would fly.
Third conditional, if plus past perfect, would have plus past participle, unreal past. If I had studied, I would have passed.
Mixed conditionals, different time combinations. If I had studied medicine, I would be a doctor now.
Time expressions. When equals certain. If equals uncertain. Unless equals if not.
Common mistakes. No will or would in if clauses. Correct tense sequences.
Formal structures. Inversion. Should. Were. Had. Were I to accept.
Practical usage. Advice. Politeness. Emotions. Daily situations.
Practice these rules until they become automatic.
Conditional thinking is an essential part of English. Native speakers use it constantly.
Pay attention in movies, books, conversations. Observe the patterns.
After mastering these structures, your English will sound very natural.
If this video was helpful, please like it and subscribe to Active English Lab.
Write conditional sentence examples in the comments. Great for practice.
Which type of conditional seems most difficult for you? Share in the comments.
In future videos, we'll teach wish sentences and advanced conditional structures.
That's all for today. Start using these conditional rules in daily life.
Remember, if you practice regularly, you will improve quickly.
Perfect example, John. Thank you for watching. This is Lily and John from Active English Lab.
Keep practicing conditionals and see you in the next lesson.